All right, good day, everyone. Welcome to CCE, Clover Carbon Exchange. My name is Mario. It's my pleasure to have all of you here. I appreciate everyone for taking your precious time to attend these meaningful meetings. So before I start introducing what CCE is all about, I would like to share what's happening to our environment currently. And the reason I'm here today is to also relate a very important message to everyone about our daily life regarding climate change, global warming. So do you guys feel that the temperature around us are rising? And news reported that cities' temperature reaches above 40 degrees Celsius and flooding occur very frequently due to the north and the south iceberg are melting. All this happen due to one of the main reason, carbon emission. And therefore, the global consensus was born. This I have to bring you guys back to 1997 regarding this Kyoto Protocol adopted by the United Nations on the Framework Convention on Climate Change. Until 2015, the Paris Agreement arrived. 197 parties around the world came together, signed on the agreement, and pledged to keep the Earth warming within 2 degrees Celsius by end of the century. So, from these agreements, we can feel that the countries and the governments are very concerned on the climate change. Therefore, the United Nations came up a system that could able to help on climate change by imposing carbon taxes to the industrial, and therefore the carbon credit was born to control the carbon emission and to achieve carbon offset. Sharing with you guys on the global carbon market current trend and status. So according to the World Bank 2023 carbon pricing status and trend report found that there are 73 active carbon pricing systems worldwide, accounting for approximately 23% of the global greenhouse gas emission. And the global carbon tax and emission trading system revenue approached almost 100 billion USD in the year 2022, setting a new high record in the carbon market. And comparing to in the year 2021, the global carbon price revenue was about 84 billion USD. So from what we see on the market trend, we know the current supply cannot catch up the demand. When there is a demand, there will be supply, and we will need a window for this. And CCE will like to be part of the window for the carbon market. And therefore, CCE would like to do our part in fighting against climate change. Our aim is to be the leading global carbon trading platform. Our mission is to save our planet and, in the same time, to achieve financial gain with the platform. About CCE, Clover Carbon Exchange was established in the year 2020. It is found in Seychelles, an island in the Indian Ocean of East Africa, and Seychelles is a tax-free country. Introducing the executive management in Clover Carbon Exchange, we have the Mr. Jonathan William, the chairman of CCE, the CEO, Mr. Christopher Anderson, and the COO, Mr. Philip Peterson. 5 major carbon rights area in CCE. The first one we have CCC, which is the aviation carbon credits that is dealing with aviation industry. NCC, natural carbon credits, which is dealing with the forestry, wetland, and farming. And the RCC, renewable carbon credits, that dealing with solar energy, hydropower, wind energy. HCC, household carbon credit, referring to the amount of greenhouse gas emission produced by the household in daily life, example, hotels and office buildings. And lastly, we will have this NEC, which is the policy carbon credits that is generated outside of the carbon market mechanism. They are generated through government policy regulations and carbon offset corporation project, among others. CCE business model. So CCE will purchase carbon credit from all around the world in bulk purchase at a lower price, providing customers with diverse options in the same time. This carbon credit that purchase will comply to the international carbon standard such as VCS, Gold Standard, CDM. And once the purchasing is done, it will move on to the carbon right securitizations. It's securitized to different products as I mentioned previously. There are CCC, NCC, RCC, and HCC. And through securitization, it enhances the liquidity in carbon trading, offering diversified products with transparent pricing. And once the securitization process is done, it will be ready for CCE carbon exchange spot trading, whereby CCE profiting from earning through transaction fees and the price differential. And through the spot trading, the enterprise will benefit on achieving carbon reduction goals and carbon credits trading revenues. CCE milestone, a quick go through on it. In 2022, CCE was established in Seychelles, and in the year 2021, CCE launched innovative carbon rights securitization. In the year 2022, CCE connecting the global carbon trading market with over 5,000 participants, and the annual carbon trading volume reaches up to $25 billion, leading the carbon trading market. And in the current year, 2023, introducing models that allow retail customers to participate in carbon market. In the third quarter of 2024, collaborations with major investment banks for listing preparation. And in the fourth quarter of 2024, to complete the listing and sales of the company shares on the OTC group. In 2025, using blockchain technology such as big data, smart contracts to enhance the transparency of transactions. And in the year 2026, CCE shall soon be listed on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. CCE profit P&L. So Clover Carbon Exchange total business revenue growth to 84.3 million in the year 2021, a growth rate of 245% since it intercepted in the year 2020. A net income after tax is 57.8 million. And in the year 2022, CCE full-year carbon trading volume exceed 25 billion, and core operating income quickly breaks through to 169 million. A net profit after tax is up to 114 million. So through the creation of securitizations, so we securitize carbon credit, and the strategy partnership with major investment banks, CCE will be able to significantly increase the liquidity of carbon trading, and is confident that it will achieve a strong growth performance in the current year. Securitization is the future trend for carbon market. Why is it so? Because in the current carbon market, carbon trading is only allowed within enterprise to enterprise, B2B business. However, through securitization, it creates an opportunity for individuals to come on board and participate in carbon trading. In such, this is the shortest way to raising funds, as it enhances the liquidity in carbon market, and this is the cheapest and cost efficiency way. CCE Leaders Program, CCE Contract Subscription. So basically, there are two types of contract, a trial contract and a regular contract. So a trial contract is based on a one-day contract, 24 hours, daily dividend up to 0.2%, daily allocation, minimum 100 USD, and a maximum 3,000 USD. Please note that each account is limited to 10 times trying on the trial contract. And next, we will move on to the regular contract, which is based on a 30 days contract. So a daily dividends up to 0.5%, daily allocation, minimum 100 USD, and a maximum 20,000 USD. And please note that you may have multiple contracts in the same time, as long as it doesn't exceed the maximum cap of 20,000 USD. And lastly, we have the renewal loyalty dividend, a daily dividend up to 0.1%. This is given to the members when they renew on their next contract. Example, you have ended your current contract and you wish to continue on the next contract. You will be given this loyalty dividend, which is 0.1, and your new contract will be 0.6 on the daily dividend. And please note that there is a maximum cap of 1% daily dividend for a single contract. So there are three ways to proceed after the expirations of the contract. First, you may redeem the principal at the end of the contract. Second, you may renew your contract and you will get your loyalty dividends on your renewal contract. And third, you may increase the principal amount on your new contract. Sustainable Development Plan. So basically, there are 4 major dividend plus 1 mechanism, which are the development dividend, network-wide dividend, global dividend, parity dividends, and the eco-sharing mechanism. The development dividend, there are a total of 7 levels for the development dividends. The first entry level doesn't require any criteria, and you were able to enjoy receiving your generation dividend, and your first generation will be receive 20% of their dividends, and the second generation you will receive is 10% of their dividends. And next, the beginner level recommendation referring to your direct sponsors. So it requires a 3,000 USD or above, and you will receive up to 4 generations, which are 20% for the first generation, followed by 10%, and third and fourth generation will be 5%. And it goes the same as the below level according to the criteria. So the maximum you are able to receive is up to 20 generations on the peak level. And please note that all the amount above are referring to the active contract committed in your account. Green Ambassador Dividend. This is referring to your community dividend from your network. So there are 5 levels in this dividend, CGA 1 to CGA 5. So the entry level, CGA 1, achieve community performance 50,000 USD. Your development dividend will receive the promotion and allow you to get 7 generations and also a 5% of your total network dividends. CGA 2, community performance 150,000 USD, and you will enjoy receiving up to 10 generations for your development dividends, and also a 10% of your total network dividends, and global dividends CGA 2, 1 share. CGA 3, community performance 500,000 USD, and you will enjoy receiving up to 13 generations for your development dividends. 15% of your total network dividends, priority dividends of 3%, and global dividends for CGA 2, CGA 3, 1 share. And CGA 4, community performance 1.5 million USD, and you will enjoy receiving up to 16 generations for your development dividends, 20% of your total network dividends, priority dividends of 3%, and global dividends for CGA 2, CGA 3, CGA 4, 1 share. And lastly, the CGA 5, community performance 5 million USD, and you will enjoy receiving up to 20 generations for your development dividends, 30% of your total network dividends, parity dividends of 3%, and global dividends for CGA 2, CGA 3, CGA 4, and CGA 5, 1 share. System rule explanations. So definitions of community performance. The total district performance criteria shall base on the performance outside your largest district. And definitions of network-wide dividends calculated on a tier basis. Whether it is 5% to 30% if you hit the criteria, and it is referring to the active contract of the dividend earning from the contract from your downline. Parity dividend, this is referring to if your bottom generation adopt the same level as you will receive a 3% dividends of your total network dividend. And this levering bonus is awarded only to the first account of the level. And lastly, calculations for the development dividends will based on the higher level. Example, if your account referral performance reaches a level that surpass the CGA level, the calculation will based on whichever is higher. Global dividends, so 20% of the total month contract dividend earning are calculated as the monthly global dividend reward fund. So for each level of Green Ambassador, from CGA 2 to CGA 5, 5% of the reward pool is allocated to be evenly distributed among those who qualify for that level. So the higher the CGA level, the more global dividend you will receive. And settlement at the end of each month and payout on the first of each month. Ecological sharing mechanism. So 20% of the sharing dividends serve as a development mechanism to foster team cohesion and create a mutual supportive and a win-win team environment. So each member rewards earned in the Sustainable Development Plan will allocate 20% to be shared among members within the 5 levels above and below. So a 10% is allocated to each of the 5 levels above and below with a 2% average distribution per level. And this is also distributed on the first of each month. Next, we will have the CCE Development Ecological Utilization Model. So all the sustainable community dividend we went through will need this CCE coupon to exchange and convert to your dividend wallet. And please note that this is not applied to the contract subscription. It is only applied to the sustainable community dividend. So it is basically an ecosystem to control the payout. And upon registration, CCE will reward a 3,000 eco coupon to your account, and this coupon shall use to offset the community dividend you receive to your dividend wallet. If cases where you do not have found any coupon to offset, the dividend will go to the storage wallet and awaits for coupon to offset. So how to get more coupon? You can get more coupon from carbon indicator. It generates a 20% of the coupon daily based on your carbon indicator worth amount. So how to obtain carbon indicator? So carbon indicator obtained through conversion from your dividend wallet. And please note that there will be a 5 days conversion period. And during this conversion period, there will be a daily conversion dividend of 1% given to the members. So based on the explanation shown below, if member A initiate a 1,000 USD carbon indicator conversion process, after 5 days, member A will receive calculation as 1,000 plus 1,000 times 1% times 5 days which give you a 1050 worth of carbon indicator. And assume that the carbon indicator price is $5 today. So after the 5-day conversion period, the numbers of carbon indicator obtained shall calculate as 1050 divided by 5, which give you 210 units. So because the carbon indicator, there is a value there, let's assume that carbon indicator is $6 tomorrow, and your carbon indicator value shall be 210 units times $6, which is worth 1,260 USD. Benefit of carbon indicator. So as I mentioned previously, there is a value for carbon indicator, and the value will only increase due to the demand in the market. And the pricing formula for the carbon indicator as shown on the bottom left, a total valuation of carbon rights plus the exchange profit deducting the operating cost divided by the total unit of carbon rights owned by the platform. And this update of carbon indicator price shall be daily on 2359. And next, CCE contract quota increase. Because there is a value in carbon indicator, you may use as a deposit to pledge the value 3 times to your contract. So example, member A will like to subscribe to a 26,000 contract, but the contract limit is 20,000 per account. Therefore, if the contract limit exceeds by 6,000, the member must pledge a carbon indicator to increase the amount of the contract. So in other words, a pledge of 2,000 carbon indicator is equivalent and increase the subscription limit by 6,000, which is the calculation, which is 2,000 times 3, which given you a 6,000. And lastly, the daily generation 20% e-coupon. You can get e-coupon based on your amount worth of carbon indicator to generate more e-coupon for your sustainable development program. And bearing in mind that the coupon generated out from the carbon indicator will not deduct on your carbon indicator. Level retention mechanism. So because there are criteria to maintain and achieve in the Sustainable Development Program. And please note that this level retention mechanism doesn't apply to the contract subscription. It only referring to the Sustainable Development Program. So they are based on figures to maintain your level, and you can't avoid your bottom generation that they will do withdrawal during the period of time, and therefore the retention mechanism allow a 7 days level retention in order for you to recover the performance. If on the 8th day performance are failed to recover, the level shall adjust accordingly. So summary of the advantage in Clover Carbon Exchange: the global unique consensus, the strongest business opportunity on the planet, low entry barrier, carbon rights securitization, stable profit through exchange trading, short contract cycles, high daily profit, loyalty dividends, monthly earning, accumulate and grow. Lastly, stable growth in carbon indicator value, creating high income. Sharing with you some future event plan. So the first and second is already done, and the first one is happening in China, Beijing, on the International Fair for Trade in Services, which happened on September, and London Climax Technology Show, which is over also, which happened last month as well, and the upcoming November, the Paris Global Carbon Market Conference, and the first quarter in 2024, Indian Bio 360 Expo, and in March, Singapore Joe Connect Asia. So CCE collaborates with North Mountain Ecological Park. So Clover Carbon Exchange joined hand with the North Mountain Ecological Park in a collaborative effort to maintain a neutral forested area, creating a forest carbon sink, supporting environmental conservation, and moving towards a brighter path of green development. So this collaboration aim is to make a contribution on the land of China, working towards the preservation of our Earth home and realizing the shared version of sustainable development for both parties. And hopefully, in near future, we were able to participate such meaningful involvement into others countries as well. CCE shall launch its very own app named Clover Infinity. So it will be happening very soon, and we will give you the good news as soon as it is ready. So it is not just an app, but also an eco-friendly companion. So I have finished my presentations, and thank you very much. And I will appreciate if anyone have any questions. We will have like a 10 minutes to 15 minutes of Q&A sessions.
Mr. Mario, can we see your face? Mr. Mario, can you hear me? Kindly show your face.
Yes, I can hear you, but kind of soft. It's soft here.